Our planet is wrapped in an invisible force field, a silent guardian that has protected life for billions of years. This is Earth's magnetic field, a vast dynamic structure stretching tens of thousands of kilometers into space. It is generated deep within our world, where the churning of a molten iron core creates a colossal dynamo. This planetary shield deflects the constant stream of charged particles from the sun, which would otherwise strip away our atmosphere. It channels these particles toward the poles, creating the northern lights, a spectacular visual reminder of the cosmic battle above us. The geomagnetic field is also a natural compass for migrating animals and the basis for our own navigation for centuries. But what if this shield suddenly vanished? Imagine for exactly 1 week, the dynamo falters and the magnetic field collapses. This is a thought experiment grounded in physics and systems behavior, tracing the realistic, cascading consequences on a society that has long taken its guardian for granted. The first systems to feel the effects would be those operating at the edge of space, our global satellite network. Immediately exposed to the full force of solar radiation, satellites would experience increased electrical charging, leading to sensor malfunctions and data corruption. The global positioning system would see its accuracy degrade significantly, as the ionosphere becomes turbulent without the field to stabilize it. On the surface, the simple magnetic compass, a reliable tool for millennia, would become useless, spinning aimlessly. Long metallic structures like power lines would experience geomagnetically induced currents, a constant threat that would trigger alarms and force operators into emergency protocols. As the week progresses, these initial failures ripple outward. Power grid operators, facing a continuous assault, are forced to implement rolling blackouts to prevent catastrophic equipment failure. The result is not a single grid collapse, but a death by 1,000 cuts. An energy crisis defined by instability. Physical damage mounts. Replacing a single custom-built transformer can take months or years, leaving a long-term wound on the grid's capacity. In the skies, the loss of reliable GPS forces a great detour. Transoceanic flights are rerouted along inefficient coastal paths to stay near ground-based navigation aids. The logistical snarl is immediate. Flight times increase, fuel consumption skyrockets, and air freight grinds to a halt. At sea, cargo ships are forced to slow down, relying on older navigation methods, adding days or even weeks to their journeys. The predictable rhythm of global trade is broken. While humans manage failing technology, the natural world faces a more fundamental crisis. For billions of animals, the internal compass that guides their migration is wiped clean. Animals that fail to reach breeding or feeding grounds face starvation and a population crash. It's a silent global tragedy, unfolding unnoticed. The physical disruption triggers an economic tremor. Insurers face astronomical losses, and markets are thrown into turmoil by the sheer operational uncertainty. The supply chain seizure leads to shortages and rapid price inflation for fuel, food, and electronics, creating pervasive financial insecurity for households worldwide. As the week wears on, community resilience frays. The constant stress, shortages, and spread of misinformation erode public trust and social cohesion. Then, as suddenly as it began, the week ends. Deep within the planet, the geodynamo sputters back to life. The shield returns. The constant bombardment of the upper atmosphere ceases. In power grid control rooms, the alarms fall silent. The world that emerges is not destroyed, but it is deeply scarred and fundamentally changed. The economic cost is in the trillions, but the more lasting impact is a permanent shift in the understanding of risk. The event serves as a blueprint for future resilience. Governments mandate a new level of geomagnetic hardening. The focus shifts from pure efficiency to redundancy and resilience. The lapse becomes a foundational event in the earth sciences, a stark reminder of how planetary physics directly impacts the biosphere and our technological civilization. The silent guardian has returned, but its temporary absence left an indelible mark, compelling humanity to build a more robust and adaptable world. What scenario should we explore next? Share your ideas below. You've been watching IfVerse, where imagination meets possibility. See you in our next reality.